Hi, Bev. Happy birthday. We wanted to make this video because we know how much you love your posterity, but you also love genealogy and history, and we thought it would be really fun to capture some of our kids' favorite moments with you, what they think about you, and some of their best memories. So for me, I feel so much gratitude for you and for Larry and for the life that you have given to our family, right? Without Brad, we wouldn't have any of this, and he is my favorite person ever. And I'm just so grateful for the way that you raised him. When I think about my favorite memories with you, I think maybe the first one was at our wedding. At our wedding, it's probably our luncheon at the top of the Hoff. And everybody went around and said things that, like advice or whatever, but I remember when you got up, you got choked up about how much you loved Brad. And I had never heard you get emotional before, and I really treasure that memory. But I also think about all the times that we've traveled, like all over the world, picking up Lane from his mission and seeing Ireland and Larry's mission, and where he baptized that first member in the in the river right by I think it was the insane asylum. Anyway, and then going to the chapel that wasn't even there when he was a missionary, and the glass factory in Cork, and just so many wonderful places, being in Rome and exploring those streets and all those incredible monuments and everything. And then fast forward to the trips to back to Europe with my boys and staying in Paris, and I don't know, it just memories upon memories. I think that was my favorite time, is traveling with you guys, because we got you all to ourselves, that we didn't have to share you, and it was just, I feel like so much connection happened when we traveled, and I love the times that we spent Christmas at Disney World and Disneyland, and I love the way that you love my kids, and you are an incredible grandmother. And I hope that you have the most wonderful birthday. Once again, thank you for everything that you do for us. And please know how much we love you. Happy birthday.
Grandma Bev, my favorite memory of you is going to Europe with my brother and cheer me on with Share the Hope. You're the best, Grandma. I love you.
Grandma, happy birthday. I love you so much. I'm so sorry, my PJ is almost done, so I'm gonna do this really quick. But I wanted to let you know that you are such an amazing person, and I am so blessed to have you in my life. You have taught me so many things about being patient with others, helping to understand, being so Christ-like. That you are one of the most Christ-like people that I know. and I'm so blessed to have you in my life. I also wanted to share that some of my favorite memories that I have with you is when I got my endowments. It was such a special moment for me, and I'm so happy that you were there to be there with me, to be able to not only help me receive this covenant with our Heavenly Father, but also to know that this really is, God gave us this plan to be with our families forever. And I know that the plan of salvation is true. And I'm so excited to meet Grandpa again someday, and I'm so excited that I have time with you to be here on this earth, but also time forever. I also am so happy with the time that we spent when we were in Rome, Czechoslovakia, or I guess Czech Republic, but all over Europe, and it was just such a blessing to be there on that final big trip before our grandpa passed away. And I have so many amazing memories with you and Grandpa there, and I truly cherish those as much as I can. I also am thankful for the wonderful videos that I get to see through my family on P-Days, the one of me trying to shave when I was younger. I'm so happy that you got those. But Grandma, I love you so much. You are such a light in this world, and the world needs it. You are so Christ-like, and I truly am so grateful for all the wonderful blessings that you give to our family. And not only that, all the wonderful gifts, all the time that you spend, and everything you do for us. You are such an amazing person, and there aren't words that can express my love for you. Love you so much, and I hope you have such a wonderful birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday! I just wanted to say a few things that I love about you and how much I appreciate you. You're always wanting to make everybody happy, and you always do. I remember one time we were in Sun Valley, I think I was maybe 8, and we sat there and ice skated for hours upon hours upon hours, and it was so much fun, and you just stayed with us, and it was the best time. I'm really grateful to have you, and you've been such a great grandma to me, and I truly love how nice and caring you've been to me and my family. I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma! My favorite memory of you is when we were in Sun Valley and me and you were bike riding. I was in this bike carrier, and you were pulling me on the bike. We brought a bag of carrots, then we stopped and fed the horses. Then after, we went to the candy shop and we bought some candy, went home to the cabin in Sun Valley, and that's my favorite memory of you. Sun Valley is really, it's like my favorite time when we go up there. It's like my favorite place. Feels like home to me. And I just love you. Happy birthday.
Hey Mom, happy birthday. It's so fun to be able to go through and think of all the great memories that we have. And it's just so cool. It's so fun to listen to my kids and what they're saying and their memories of you. And it's funny how a lot of it is based on travel, right? And how early on, you know, we had these great travel experiences with you and Dad and obviously the family and stuff like that. But I think back to like my earliest memory with you. It's probably that day that we were at home. The other kids were at school, and I don't think David was born yet, or he was really little. And you and I were eating cereal, and you'd put the milk into that silver pitcher, and you'd also put orange juice into it as well too. And I remember we were sitting there eating breakfast, and you poured orange juice into your cereal and took a bite of it, and we laughed and giggled and stuff like that. That's probably my earliest memory of you. You know, that and going on Grandpa's roundups and trips and things like that. You know, going through Yellowstone. Just kind of thinking back to those very first memories. I love the fact that you taught us to be self-sufficient at such a young age. I remember going to the bank, that old Valley Bank over on 17th Street, and depositing my check for T-ball. That was so much fun when I was a scorekeeper at first, and then I later on became a umpire, and I don't even know how old I was. I can't imagine I was that old, and later on I did it a little bit for the Little League and things like that, and I just think of those memories and how fun they were. You know, I think back of when you would take care of Tori Nichols. That's something that you know, he and I talk about all the time, and he talks about your shepherd's pie all the time. And those were good memories. You just were always willing to give and take, and you know, just take care of the friends, whether it's Sean Madsen or really anybody else. It was so fun to see. And obviously my most recent memories are travel with you and Dad. And you with us down in Disney World when you got COVID, and you know, you take all these different memories all together, and I just feel so blessed to have had you and Dad as my parents, and what great examples you've been to us. And you know, I think of Tom on his mission right now, and I think back to when I was on my mission, and I'm so proud of Tom because he's not homesick, and I wasn't homesick. I mean, that's what was so great about watching others come home, was I knew that it was gonna get over, right? And I look at Tom and I ask him every week, "Are you doing good, bud? Are you homesick?" He says, "Dad, I'm not homesick. I'm good. I know what I'm doing is right." And I remember working until the very, very last day on my mission because you know, I think back to the "Ho to the end of the road" message we would always hear, and I remember my very last night on my mission and how I could, in my head, just think that, yeah, I hoed till the end of the road. I worked so hard, and what a relief that was walking into that apartment in Asahikawa and just, I'm done. You know, I did good. I worked hard, and you know, one of the things I may not have told you was that when I flew home, for some reason I flew from. We went. You know, from Sapporo to Osaka to LAX, and then for some reason all my companions were from here in Utah. They had a later flight than I did, and I went through Utah and eventually to Boise. And I remember saying goodbye to them and arriving in Salt Lake, and there were apparently a bunch of missionaries on the flight. I don't remember any missionaries, but I remember walking out, and this is before 9/11, and so there's a bunch of people cheering and stuff. And we finally got back to Boise, and I remember I was the last person off the airplane because I knew that it was one of those times in your life you just needed to soak it in, right? And I got off, and for some reason you guys were, you know, you were behind those glass doors, and I come walking out. And I knew you guys had been waiting for me because everybody else had gotten off the airplane anyways, and I walked over, and you know, you ran, gave me this big hug, and you know, Dad sat there and waited for a few minutes, and you know, let everybody else hug, and I don't think I'll be that patient when Tom comes home, but I remember Dad looked at me and he said, "You look at your mom, look how proud of you that she is," and that's something that's always been etched in my memory for what it's been 30 plus years now. But I just look back on my life and all the amazing memories, all the good ones, all the tough ones, and it's really what life's about, is having memories, right? Because at the end of the day, that's all we have. My grandpas, both my grandpas have passed away, my dad, my father-in-law. All we have is the memories and the time that we have here together. And that's what I'm so grateful for. So grateful for every day that I've had, all the blessings that I had from such a great, growing up and you teaching us the gospel. And, I'm fortunate enough to have married an amazing woman who teaches the kids every day the gospel and teaches them the value of the gospel and everything else that's there, and we're just trying to live up to the standard that you created. So I love you, Mom. So grateful for you and for the amazing memories that we have together, and I love you and wish you a happy birthday.